Okay, so let's look. Today's the 4th. Okay, so we're going to start with some definitions first, okay? So a system of equations is consistent if it has at least one solution. Okay, and if it has exactly one solution, then it is independent. And we'll have our answers shown as an ordered pair. So like what you've been doing has been 2 variables. What we're going to do today has 3 variables.
Oh boy.
Okay. Okay. All right. It is inconsistent if it has no solutions. Okay. So in terms of 3 variables, look at thinking of these pictures. Think of it more as planes, okay? You have 3 variables because it's like 3D. All right, so it's like having 3 separate planes and all 3 planes intersect at one spot. Okay? If it is an infinite or no solution, it's like 3 separate planes, but they never intersect. Okay? And if there's an infinite, then the system is said to be coincident. And your solution is shown like something like this. And we'll go over how to do that. But you set everything in terms of one of the variables. Because basically, it's all real numbers. Okay? Good so far? Just vocab. So, how to solve a 3x3 or 3x4 algebraically. Okay, so I purposely, usually I'll like run through the notes in the morning and like get my head and thinking about what we're doing. I purposely didn't do that today because doing these like this is a process and a step, and you have to kind of struggle with the first 1 or 2 to get it like in place. And I figured if you see me screw up, then you'll be like, oh, okay, it's okay. All right, so I haven't done these. I don't remember what they are. There might be typos. We're just going to roll with it. Okay? It's all good. So, you use the process of elimination, okay? Because I've got three variables and I have 3 equations. And so, for one solution, I need to find the x, the y, and the z. Okay? So, for step number 1, I'm going to label my 3 equations. And I'm going to use equation 1 and 2. Okay, so x minus 3y plus 4z equals 13, and 2x plus y plus z equals 5. Okay? Use elimination. So I want to eliminate a variable. So I need to do some kind of multiplication to get rid of one of the variables, right? What do you want to do?
Multiply the top by 2.
Okay, can we do it by -2 so we just add them? Okay, so if we multiply the top one by -2, that gives me -2x Negative 2 times negative 3y is plus 6y. Negative 2 times 4z is negative 8z. And negative 2 times 13 is negative 26. Did I do all of that right? Do we agree with those? Okay. Now, elimination, just like we did with the 2 by 2. When I add the two together, my x's cross it out, and I get 7y minus 7z is equal to negative 21. Okay? Good so far? Okay. Step number 2. Now I'm going to use 1 and 3 to eliminate the same variable that I did in step 1. Okay? Now, you can use 2 and 3. It doesn't matter. It just can't be 1 and 2 again. All right? So, step 2, I'm going to use 1, so x minus 3y plus 4z equals 13, and 3. Negative 2x plus 3y minus 3z equals negative 15. And I'm going to do, whoops, I shouldn't have drawn my line first, but yeah. Mallory, what am I going to do this time?
Cancel out your threes.
Nope. Why don't I want to cancel out my 3's? But I'm glad you said that because I didn't even see that. What did I cancel out in the first one? The x. So I need to cancel out my x in this one.
Which you just multiply by negative
Or positive 2, because then I get 2x minus 6y plus 8z equals 26. And now my x's cancel out again. I get negative 3y plus 5z is equal to negative 15, and 26 is going to give me 11. Now, I personally actually label this as equation 4 from step 1, and then I'll label the equation I get from step 2 as equation 5. Okay? Because then that's basically what step 3 is. And so you're using equations 4 and 5 to eliminate one of the variables. So I have 7y minus 7z equals negative 21, and negative 3y plus 5z equals 11. Doesn't matter at this point which one you eliminate. The only time it matters is at step 2. So, doubts, which one you want to get rid of, y or z? Okay. So, I multiply y by negative 3 and the bottom one by 7. Why did I do that? How do I know? Yeah, I just use the two coefficients, right? So I'm going to actually, we should do it by a positive 3, because then I get 21y minus 21z is equal to negative 63. And then my bottom equation, number 21y plus 35z equals 77. Good so far? All right, my y's cancel. And I'm left with, what's that? 14z equals 14. And so z is equal to 1. Good so far? Not hard, same process, just multiple steps. All right, last step. Back substitute to solve for the rest of them. So my answer has to be x, y, z. I know z's 1. So I'm going to put it into substitute the one you know into 4 or 5. Doesn't matter which one. Which one do you want to use? Equation 4 or 5? 4? Okay. So equation 4 is 7y minus 7 times 1 equals negative 21. So 7y is going to be negative 14. And so y is negative 2. Only got one more to do. That's like saying step 4a. And now we're going to do step 4b and use equation 1, 2, or 3. Doesn't matter. So which one do you want to use? Equation 1, 2, or 3? 2. Okie dokie. Oh, why'd you pick that one? Well, y and z are by themselves, so I can say 2x minus 2 plus 1 is equal to 5. And so 2x minus 1 equals 5. And so x is equal to 3. Lots of steps, not hard. Good. Shall we do another one? Oh, yes, please. I live for this. All right, step 1. No, you use above. I'm just saying it. Using equation 1 and 2 to eliminate a variable. All right. So, what do you want to What do you want to multiply 1 by? And what variable do you want to get rid of? You want to get rid of z? Okay. So I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 2. And so that's what 1 becomes. And I'm going to use 2. Because it doesn't matter which letter you want to get rid of. Okay? All right, so my z's cancel, and I'm left with 6x minus y is equal to 14. And we're going to say that's equation 4. Okay, for step 2, I can use either 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. Which ones do you want to do? And I gotta get rid of z. Because I eliminated z up here, I gotta get rid of z down here. You want to do 1 and 3? Okay, so that means I'm going to multiply 1 by -3. But if I'm using -3 down here, then my two negatives will make it a positive. No, I need it negative. Because I need it to turn into a positive. So I get -3x minus 3y plus 3z equals 3. And then number 3 is going to be 2x minus 2y minus 3z equals 5. So now when I combine, my z's still cancel, which is perfect, and I get -x minus 5y is equal to 8. I'm going to call that equation 5. Yep. That's fine. That's what you gotta do. Holler. Say, slow down. I'm processing still. Are you kind of with me? Good? Yeah? Okay. All right, step 3 then, we're going to use equations 4 and 5. Okay, there's 4, and then I have 5. What do I want to do with those to get rid of in a variable? You want to get rid of x, you want to get rid of y? Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter at all. So what'd you say you want to get rid of? All right, so what do we got to do to get rid of y? I love it, but let's multiply by -5 just to make it easier, because then I get a positive 5y equals -60. If you do just by 5, the biggest thing is that you gotta say, okay, they're the same size, so I need to subtract them, okay? It's okay to do it by, I like to make my negative positive choice when I'm multiplying, because then I can just add and not even have to think about it again. But you can, as long as you do it at one or the other place, it's okay. All right? With me? Perfect. My y's cancel, so I get -31x is equal to, what is that? I'm not going to get an even answer, am I? What's 51 divided by 31? Where's your calculators? I don't know. Yep, no. All right, so x is going to be 52/31. I'm just looking at the numbers to make sure I didn't look right off the top of my head. All right, so we don't have a pretty answer, so that's okay. All right, so, but now I have an x. So which one do you want to replace into? 4 or 5?
5.
Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. But I want to do 5 because I don't have to multiply that ugly fraction by 6. Yeah.
Are you sure negative 5 times 14 is a negative 7?
No, that's why I was like, oh yeah, it is 70. That makes much more sense. That's why I said it doesn't make sense that I have an ugly number. And you're the only one who thought of that. All right, so x is 2. Carter, which equation you still want to enter it into? 4 or 5?
4.
Okay. So that means 6 times 2 minus y equals 14. Oops, 14. So y is going to be negative 2. Does it, what?
No.
Would you have put it into 5?
No.
Oh,
I just, it was stupid, but I figured it out.
okay. All right, we're almost there. So now I need to put my x equals 2, my y equals negative 2 into equation 1, 2, or 3. Which one you want to pick?
1.
Sure. So 2 minus 2 minus z equals negative 1. So negative z equals negative 1, so z equals 1. And my solution is 2, negative 2, 1. Oops, helps if I had a referee to see it. Good. All right. Let's do another one. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and it says, step 1, use equation 1 and 2 to eliminate one variable, okay? Which looks great because I got a negative and a plus z. However, what do you notice about the third equation?
There's no z.
There's no z either. That means I don't have to do that twice. So this is going to be an easier one. So I get x minus z, y minus z equals 3. 3x plus 7y plus z equals 3. And so I'm left with 4x plus 6y is equal to 6. Okay? I can skip, since equation number 3 already has z eliminated. Okay, which means I can jump right to step 3 and use my 2. So I have 4x plus 6y equals 6, and 8x plus 12y equals 0. Good? What do you want to eliminate? X or Y? X. Will that work? All right. What do I want to multiply the top equation by then? -2. I like it. So that gives me -8x minus 12y equals -12. Good? All right. 8x cancels. Perfect. Oh, wait a minute, though. My 12y cancels too. That means I have 0 on that side because I just canceled everything out. And on the other side, it's -12.
That can't.
That means
So, since it is a false statement, because 0 cannot equal -12, there is no solution.
what do you use this in life?
You'll find out Friday when you're doing your skill quiz.
Wait, did I missed that though, how we would take this sometimes?
I don't know. Yeah, probably, but I probably didn't. I don't know. First couple of weeks of school.
When could I do that?
Whenever you, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so no solution, that means what kind of intersection point is there? Yeah, there's no intersection point, so it's like 3 separate planes. So it would be like having 3 parallel lines kind of thing. All right? And one more. So, hey, let's use 1 and 2 because my x's are automatically going to cancel out. Z equals 2. And I'm left with y minus 4z is equal to -4. That way, if I multiply number 2 by 4, I'm going to get -4x plus 8y minus 3z equals -6. That's like number 2 revised. Good? Okay. X is, huh? Should be what? Oh, wait a minute. 4, 8, oh, 12 and 24. God, brain fade. All right, 8 minus 1 is going to give me 7y. -28z and -28. Say what? I multiplied number 2 by 4 so that I could eliminate my x's. Are you with me? Okay. All right, so now when I use these 2 equations, what do I want to multiply by? What should I do so I can eliminate one of them? Everybody agree? I agree. And when do you think's gonna happen? That cancels, so I have 0 on that side. Oh wait, that cancels as well. That gives me 0 on that side. So that means since it's a true statement, there are infinite solutions. Okay, good. All right, game plan this week. The next page, we're going to do some more problems tomorrow, or not practice. But here is a worksheet with some practice problems for you to do, okay? Work on some of these tonight. Like I said, this isn't one of those that, it's like riding the bike or football practice. The more you do, the better you get. You need to do some practice in order to get the routine down. I'm working with 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm 1 and 2 to create 4, and 3 and to create 5. Then I'm working with 4 and 5 kind of thing. Doing a couple of them definitely helps. We'll do a couple problems tomorrow to go over the homework, and then the rest of the time will be for you to practice a little more so I can answer questions. Thursday, I have a scavenger hunt for you to get into the routine and to, and then we'll talk about your skill quiz is on Friday. It's really like a performance task that you're going to do where I'm going to give you, you're going to work in groups of 3. And you're going to have some problems that look like these and solve them to break the code and decipher a sentence. So Thursday, think about, is there a particular people that you would rather work with? This is kind of an ongoing thing. Or do you want me to pick partners? That kind of thing. So I want you to think about that so that we can have a discussion about that in the next day or 2. Because there's 5 tasks, and so you'll be with a partner each of those 5 tasks. Okay? Good? So that's game plan this week. Work? Will that be okay? Cool?